Hello everybody, welcome back to Saskatchewan, Canada, episode 30. Wow, I'm surprised. This is the longest I kind of stuck with one series, to be honest, although I guess 30 episodes isn't really that much, but I'm just enjoying it. I love it. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. Just got a couple of hours now free before I start work, so I'm actually recording this on the day, so if I can get this out for Thursday afternoon kind of time, I'm actually just jumping onto the game to get this recorded in the morning of Thursday, just to try and keep on track. I guess I didn't get one out yesterday, so I am a little bit behind, but yeah, I pretty much know what needs to be done today, so this is kind of how we ended the last episode, if I remember. With a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. I need to do some contracts, off-screen contracts, just to try and build up that fund again, I guess, because we need to get this track done. As Copex said, it is definitely the best idea, and we need to do that. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, probably is now seasonal growth. We're very much in harvesting season, so fertilizing contracts are not really going to appear. So I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Maybe I'll have to do a harvesting contract. Maybe I'll have to bite the bullet and do a slightly more difficult contract. But anyway, so usual thing, first thing in the morning, same as what we usually do. Check in on the pigs. These guys should be pretty good. In fact, they should pretty much be at capacity. They are, aren't they? Yeah. Let's jump to them. So we have got 2 pigs that we need to sell for definite. Is this one and the one just slightly below it, I guess. They do definitely change order every time I check. Yep, so we need to sell them because this guy here, which was the 3rd pig that we bought, is ready to produce another baby. So we need to make the room for that. So actually, it may only be, no, there's another one there also due to produce another baby, and now that's one that actually we didn't pay for. That one's also due to produce another baby. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. So we actually have 5 pigs which are due to reproduce in the next game month. So we might as well sell 5 pigs because it's free money. It's money that we're not going to get if we don't sell them anyway. So we'll sell the 2 pigs which are worth the most amount of money, and then we'll sell probably 3, I don't know, maybe even 3 pigs that haven't quite hit puberty yet, just again because it's free money, isn't it? But this is really kind of a self-sustainable kind of thing going on now. Probably need to get a bigger pigsty for them, to be honest, which we will look at once we do this track. So once I earn some extra money, I am thinking let's delete this and put in a larger version in this entire gap, and we'll kind of put the track going along here instead. So there are plans, but that needs to be the first job of the day. So we're going to jump over and grab the pickup truck and just make our way down with the pigs. That'll give us a small kind of boost to the money first thing in the morning. The main task for today though, however, is the grass. So we need to rake it, which would be the last time we ever have to rake grass, but we do need to rake it, and then we do need to collect it because we really need to get it starting to ferment. I am hoping that we can kind of sell a big chunk of it relatively soon. It's actually going to be the next game month, so September, that we can start to harvest the flax, but we do have 2 months, so we've got September and October, so we'll probably concentrate on trying to make as much money as possible in September, and then in October we will actually harvest the field, hopefully with the pickup. The pickup is in the swath pickup, not this truck. No, I am actually going to leave that there, you know, because I'm probably doing this all a little bit backwards. Because actually we need to get this fermenting, and the quicker we do that, the quicker we're going to be able to sell it. So I'm doing it backwards. We need to get straight on with that grass first, which means jumping into the John Deere, connecting the rake for the very last time, re-rowing all of that grass back into better rows, and then get it collected as quickly as possible, put into the silo. There is quite a substantial amount of straw in there as well, which obviously we'll start to ferment, but we'll only ferment that with the right, I don't know, the right amount of ratio maybe to the grass that we put in. I'm not too sure on that one. Right, so we'll head over to the field. Brilliant, and we'll just start this. Now I'm not going to jump straight into a time lapse because I just want to mention a thing. So I'm having a bit of a think, and I'm thinking what I usually do when we get to a point on a map, like I did with the Somerset one. It just felt right. It felt like the time where the map had done its bit. And you know, the views kind of slow down over time, so that's the best sort of time to catch hold of a new map and I guess jump ship, move on to a different map, sell up what you have, and then start afresh, but with a better fund, which we did at the beginning of this one, and it's worked out really well. The slight difference this time is I actually really like this map, so you know, it's not all about trying to get views and things. That's not what I'm in it for. You know, I'm in it to have fun. And I just like the map, and I don't really want to abandon it. I can genuinely see myself playing this for another 10-20 episodes, maybe even more, because it is just such a good map. So what I've been thinking is, let's reduce the amount of episodes I do a week. So on a good week I try and get 4 out. On a not quite so good week, it's 3. Seems to kind of be Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays maybe. On a good week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But you know, I am limited for time. We've mentioned it before. I do have little kiddies to keep an eye on at the same time as well. So I don't have unlimited time. Realistically, I got a lot of things to do in real life. But I think it's reasonable for me to reduce this episode down, probably by 1. Worst case scenario, there'll be 2 episodes of this per week, but actually start a new series. And this time I mention it pretty much every episode and I get loads of really good feedback, but the realistic side of it. So I'm thinking, let's do something where I go as in-depth as possible with realism. So you know, when you're not playing with the crossplay only mods, you've got so many more options in terms of realism. You've now got the new mud mods, which have been released, but I believe they're just a PC thing, currently at least anyway. And that's where obviously if it starts to rain, you will get absolutely well and truly stuck. But they've also got the centre of gravity mods, the I think it's called wheels mods, which different tyres adjust to different terrains and gives you different speeds. You've also then got the realistic dirt licking type mods, where it just feels more realistic to play. So I think all of those mods, the new mods, the PC only mods, combined with my kind of play style, I can really go at it for something quite real. So you know, realistic rules, and this would be realistic rules, as in, you know, no magically teleporting between vehicles. If you needed to use the shop, you have to drive to the shop. If you want to do a contract, you actually have to make your own way to where the contract is, and then do the contract. You don't kind of magically appear in their equipment at the shop, for example. So I got a few little ideas. It wouldn't be a role play. I do a role play. It takes up enough of my time already. To me, role play, I'm kind of thinking, you know, when you have extra characters, you had a bit of a story going on. So we'll have to maybe kind of role play the realism side of it, but actually it would just be kind of an ultra realistic series. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to make sure I can actually spare the time to do it. before I commit to something like that. But I'll tell you what, the new map that's recently been released looks absolutely awesome. And I think it's called the Valley Old Farm. It might not be called that, but it is something like that. It's got lots of new kind of productions added to it, and it just looks good. It just looks so detailed. So I'm thinking, get one going on that. I will start with absolutely nothing as well. It wouldn't be like this one where we've carried on some money over. It would be absolutely nothing. In fact, it would be literally nothing. I'd have zero money, no truck, no car, no chainsaw, no land. Just literally start wherever it starts you, and yeah, start from scratch. But the great news about it all would be there's the PC mods again, which, you know, you do have a better selection on PC. I know it's quite frustrating if you're a console player, but you have a much better option of mods available to PC. So some nice pickup trucks and things, but we're going to have to earn it. We're going to have to start from scratch. And I hope, really, it might be a series that's influenced a lot. Although, to be honest, all of my series are actually influenced a lot by good suggestions and comments. Even this one, even the roleplay one, I tweak it slightly based on what kind of people say and suggestions I get. But this one in particular, you know, I'd need to choose a piece of land to buy, and you know, it would be quite a lot of influence that I receive on that. So that's what I'm aiming for anyway. If you think it sounds good, then do let me know. That would just kind of help persuade me to go for something like that. But what I'm still trying to do, by the way, in all of this, and some of you may spoke to me about it before, but I'm trying to do like a farm world tour, I guess you can call it. I would like this series to visit a map on every single different possible country where maps have been created. So, you know, we're doing pretty good. We visited Canada. We've done Poland in the first roleplay series. We've done British or a UK map. Depends on whether it's Bally Springs in Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland, I guess. But we've kind of done the British one. I have got some plans for a second British version of that anyway, without going into too much detail, but you can probably make assumptions on that one. So we've done that, but we haven't done maps like anywhere in Italy or France. I know there's Brazilian maps. American, of course, that's the final goal. That American map is this series. The American map would be the final of this series, because I would like to go straight in for the big stuff. The stuff with the tracks, the huge kind of 15-meter cedars, and so that's kind of a last resort. I say American. It'll either be American or Australian. I'm not too sure actually, but they're definitely going to be the last ones, I think, just because of the sheer volume and the sheer size of the maps. So, right, let's try and maneuver this somewhere. Try and get it in that shed if I can. So that's good. I've managed to row the entire field whilst talking, because I don't always like to start an episode with a time lapse. I think sometimes it's worth just having a bit of a conversation, I guess. Okay, good. So we will connect this up and start to collect the rows of grass. Now, just before I get too involved, let's have a little bit of a tidy up of this yard. Just move some bits around quickly, because at the minute we can't even get to that silo. Okay, right, that's a bit better. Looks tidier over there. I've not really found anywhere for anything. I've just moved it all out of the way. So I do need to think about that shed still. But we'll do that soon. Right, let's get on with this. Don't know how long this is going to take, but I feel it's going to be a good yield, because again we were a bit cheeky. I kind of tested out the swather before I'd even actually collected the small amount of grass that was already on the floor. So these are kind of, I don't know, again, but maybe 1.5 times the amount of grass we should have, because we didn't really fertilise it or anything the first time round, so get it collected. It's looking like it's going to be a decent amount. A nice boost to the funds. But yeah, let me know anyway. So with regards to what I was just talking about, if people are kind of bored of this map, if I lose complete interest in the map, then I will stop the series. Probably won't stop playing it, but I will stop the series and swap it to a new series. Obviously it's easier to only do 2 types of series than it is 3. However, I think, you know, this gets a lot of interest. I know there are a lot of people from Canada that like kind of watching this series, and I don't really want to stop it. So, oh, I've just noticed. Let's see how much honey we got. Wow. Take it we can't lift it. No. I'm impressed. In fact, I even forgot I placed it. Where is the pricing? How much is honey worth? Forgot I even placed it. Okay, right, here is the honey. So 2,741, 3,306 is the best price. We are pretty much as low as we can go, which is always the way. So the month where we need to buy the pickup, which I think is like 32,000, is the month where everything is at its worst price. So it's going to be a bit of a pain to try and get these funds to get that pickup, but I think it's a no-brainer really. We have to do it. Of course, I forgot to refuel it again. Luckily, I spotted it, I think in the editing of the last video, and I do remember leaving it there, but I had a very small amount in one of the original fuel barrels that we bought right back along. So I've just quickly grabbed that and popped that in there, but we'll see. I'm so bad for keeping an eye out on the fuel. We're going to need to move that muck again at some point and just fill this up to the brim. But this tractor, by the way, is awful. I don't know if it's a thing. I don't know if the age of the tractor or certain tractors just drink more fuel. But this tractor is awful. I don't know how many times it's run out. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, job 1 pretty much done. Just got to get the last bits off of this field. I've just time-lapsed the last bit, I would have thought. So I'll have to try and do a little bit of estimation with how long the episode is going to be and how we're going so far, but it should be at a decent length. I'm guessing maybe 25-30 minute mark right now. Somewhere around there anyway, I think. So this is a good job to have got done today. But we do need to get on with selling a few pigs in a minute. So that's probably what we will finish the episode on once we've cleared this area up. And there is a tiny little bit here somewhere which has been irritating me. Where is it? There it is. That bit there. And this little bit here. There we go, that's better. It's been there for a while, it's been there a few episodes I think actually. It's been getting on my nerves for ages. So I'm glad to pick that up. So yeah, just thinking more about the kind of the realistic kind of series I'm thinking about doing. And just the rules, I guess, as a summary. So it's going to be anything I can think of that would be realistic is what we would do. If a tractor got stuck in the mud, we would need to rescue it. If we couldn't rescue it and we had to reset it, then there would be a charge, which we'd have to try and think of closer to the time. But if you've got to reset something, there'll be a charge. The difficulty, of course, won't be on easy. We'll either have it on hard or medium, which is still relatively hard. But I'll have a think. And I do have to have a look at the map and kind of work out what the plot prices are like, to be honest with you. Like what's the cheapest plot, because that's obviously gonna be part of the kind of gameplay, I guess. We don't want to go with a money setting that's too easy if it means we can buy our first plot of land pretty much straight away. So yeah, I think lots of ideas at the minute. I've not even loaded into the map. And just basing my assumption on that particular map, which again I'm sure is called the Valley Old Farm, but I might be wrong. But I know it's had lots of different versions. I think even maybe it was in previous versions of FS as well. But I know that the most recent version does look like a pretty sound version. It looks alright, so I think again, just like I thought this map would be, I think that will probably be quite a popular map. Yeah, so I do feel it's right to try and do something on there at least. But anyway, just under 9,000 litres we just picked up then. That was kind of all the leftovers. So once that is emptied, we will leave that here. Now I am a little bit annoyed with myself. I didn't even realise I did it, if I'm honest with you. But if I load into the chaff menu here, we have no straw left. None at all. Which is annoying because there was like 90,000 litres, and although I was going to use, you know, probably a chunk of it to turn into silage, you know, I wanted to keep a section of that straw because we need it for the pigs, and also I wanted to try and do it realistically where I would only activate it at the same time as the grass. But I don't know what I've done, but somehow it's all gone. All of it, which is annoying. So we're actually going to have to go to the shop now and buy some straw bales. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. I don't remember doing it though. I'm going to have to watch the old episode back and just see how that's happened, because I do not remember activating that. A little bit annoying. Anyway, look. 113,000 litres already. 162,000 litres to come. That's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. 200,000 litres there maybe. Brilliant. Now just while I'm thinking about it, let's have a look at the price of silage currently. So let's say it's 480. What month are we in now? We're in August, aren't we? So it's going to be September anyway, where the money is on the up. The max is 564. We could potentially make 500. That's still pretty good. We are going to need to do a couple of loads worth. Well, I say a couple of loads. It's going to be a lot more than a couple of loads, isn't it? Because I sold the trailer that I shouldn't have sold. So we're going to have to go back to doing it in this. And only this. Because I'm assuming the auger wagon will not take silage. So a bit short-sighted of me there, actually. I got carried away and bought the grain hopper, didn't I? Without thinking about the silage. That was a few episodes back. I don't really regret it. I do like that trailer, but it was a bit silly of me. Right, okay, so we need to select the pigs we're going to sell. I want to say that this only takes 2 at a time. This one is got to go. For definite. Yep, okay. And then his original friend will go with him. At least they leave the way that they came. So we do need to sell those for definite. And we need to come back and do this trip again. Now, this is going to get us £2,200, give or take. Which does, just these two, does cover the cost of all 4 pigs that we bought initially. So we started with 4. We're now paying that whole entire value off. Probably covers that little bit that we spent on the grain right at the very beginning. Probably covers the little bit that we spent on the straw right at the beginning. So honestly, anything from these 2 pigs onwards is pure profit. Such a good money maker. You just got to be patient with it. You've got to play a game, you've got to play a map for long enough for it to be worthwhile. And it's certainly seeming worthwhile to us now. For definite. Okay, here we are. The first 2 are going. As sad as it is, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. So let's get rid of these 2 boys. Or girls, I guess you would say. Seeing that they've each given us probably 5 or 6 babies. Right, we've got to go. Sell it. £1,108 times by 2. Good. Look at this, by the way. Really, really good. I do like the detail they've put into these growth stages. Just looks quite nice, doesn't it? You can see just how uneven this field is from here now. Honestly. Yeah, nearly done. pH perfect, nitrogen perfect. Expected yield 113%. The potential was 125, so we didn't quite do something quite right to actually get maximum yield. It was probably rolling or mulching or something like that, but that's good. That is a good yield. I'm happy with that. I've never actually harvested flax before, so I have no idea what the yield is actually going to be. But we will find out soon, and hopefully it'll be boosted even more with the pickup. We'll have to have a think. Now, actually, Chantal again, I think, left me a bit of a cryptic hint, and that was in relation to the flax straw. So, from what I can gather, it's not suitable for pigs, which is why I was a bit frustrated about the fermenting silo not having any straw in it, really, because the flax straw is no good for the pigs. However, what she said was it is really good for something else, but she wouldn't tell me what it was, so I had to have a bit of a think. And I've looked into it actually off camera, various different things that you can sell, and I also remember, I'm not going to lie, right back when, I think it was probably BC Bueller when he did the original sort of tutorial introduction to the map, something in the back of my mind was telling me that straw makes fabric. So I've had a look, and it does. So fabric makes so much profit. It's worth so much money, even more if you buy a tailor, put it into a tailor and make clothes. It's crazy money, absolutely insane money. But we got to have the money to buy the spinnery, so that's an option, but I don't know what to do. maybe we'll just store the flax straw for a minute. Right, so we're going to have to be careful here now. Luckily on this page here it does tell you reproduction. So we need to try and go for the one that's worth the most amount of money, but not due to reproduce. So the ones at 50% we don't want to sell, the ones at 75% we don't want to sell. We want to sell the highest value ones at less than 50%, which is easier said than done. Right, we'll get rid of that one. Have we got any more similar to that? Okay, right, there's 2 more. We'll do it all over again. Okay, that will do for now. We'll leave this here because we need to jump back into that again tomorrow. Or the next game month, I should say, because we will have a couple more to sell. They're reproducing too fast now. This is going to turn into a daily chore. So the daily chore isn't checking on the food and the water. The daily chore is going to be selecting a couple just to sell. I can see that getting annoying. We're going to have to look for a bigger trailer. Potentially something extra to add to the Mac fleet. Sounds good to me. This is producing really fast still. There's 5 more of those there. What's that worth? So soybeans, pretty much again the absolute lowest. Not quite, it's not too bad, but it does start to go up again. Mind you saying that, what are we now, August? We'll leave them. So I think we're done. So 7,644 to end the episode on. We've got the grass fermenting, which is going to produce us a decent amount of money. Even if we were to sell it all in the next game month, we'll probably still make a good 80,000-90,000 out of that, which is decent. That's really good. Which will certainly pay for the pickup. So either way now I'm confident we're going to get the pickup for the harvester, and we're going to get harvesting the flax with that huge yield bonus. And you know, the first time we've used a swapper on a crop. So that sounds really good to me. So just before I end it, I haven't actually looked at the shop. Okay, nothing major. I would love to have that tractor, but we do not have that much money. But that's good. Got to check that shop every day. So I think we're done for now. So we haven't resolved the issue of space. We're still very much struggling. It looks a bit better, but we still have the same problem. We do need to sort a shed. We do need to sort that track. So that's going to be a job for the next day or 2. They almost look like they're floating from back here, but they aren't. Okay, well, so until the next one, thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you like the idea of a slightly different 3rd series, and again, if there's anything in particular you feel I should do to try and, if I'm really going to go for realistic, what should I be doing? What don't I do on this one which I need to do on the next one? Because I want to try and really go for it as realistic as possible and make it a bit of a challenge. I think it'd be quite fun. So yeah, hopefully I'll speak to a lot of you soon, but until the next one, cheers and gone.